Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick, here for day 6 of the 13 days of Halloween treats. Hello, hello. How are you, my friends? Let me just check to make sure that I am live in the right place. It appears that I am. Ooh, I don't want to hear me. There we go. All right. Hello, hello. How are you, friends? I hope that you're all doing well today. Let me just adjust this a tiny bit here so we can leave the camera alone maybe and just go from there. Alrighty, there we go. Okay, so today's 6th day of Halloween treats is this super cute matchbook type treat holder. I really love these kind of treat holders because, you know, there are all kinds of candies that have this kind of packaging where it's just a little pouch or a pocket. In this particular case, I'm using the Halloween M&Ms, but you know, there's like the little Sour Patch Kids. There's lots of little treats for Halloween that are like this, that are in little packets. And this treat holder is the perfect kind of treat holder for these particular type of treats. Okay, so they're a lot of fun, super cute, fairly simple to do. And if you're going to be mass producing them, this is a perfect project to do that with, okay? So let me show you what we're using today. We're using the Bewitching Stampin' Punch Bundle. This is a fabulous Halloween bundle. I'm actually doing this project in conjunction with the Inspire, Create, Share blog hop today. So you can visit my website, thestampinchick.com, and see this project along with all the measurements and the supply list that I use to create it. And you can follow the hop along because this month's hop theme is my favorite punch. So I have strategically chosen this project to be for today so that I can use my my favorite punch for the season, at least, for the witch hat. So the Bewitching bundle here is what we're using today. We're also going to be using gorgeous grape ink and a blending brush. We're going to be using Pumpkin Pie, Highland Heather, and Parakeet Party Stampin' Blends. I'm going to use a little bit of the black and white gingham ribbon as well. I love this stuff. It's so pretty. We're going to use Poppy Parade cardstock, basic white cardstock, and basic black cardstocks, okay? Then for designer series paper, this beautiful background here is actually created from the black and white designer series paper pack. This is the polka dot piece, as you can see, and I've used the blending brush and the gorgeous grape ink to give it some colored background, okay? So that's the supplies that we're going to use. I'm going to go ahead and scoot this stuff over and get started here with all of the measurements and everything else, okay? So let me just set that aside here. All right, our Poppy Parade base measures 3.5 by 7 inches, and you're going to score it on the long side at 1/2 inch, 2 3/4 inches, and 4 inches, okay? And then once you have that scored, go ahead and burnish those score lines. And this is going to give us our little matchbook looking treat holder. There we go. Okay, so just like this. All right, now I have basic black that measures 3 3/8 by 2 7/8, and I'm just going to attach this directly to the front of my treat holder. Now in this regard, this panel right here is what I'm calling the front of the holder, okay? So we'll put this layer on just like so. All right, now then, I'm going to do some coloring and some stamping. And I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus because I want to do some stamping with these boots. And I really want a good black boot, okay? And I don't know about you, but I sometimes struggle to get black, especially in solid stamps, to really come through as a good dark black. Okay, so I'm going to use my Stamparatus machine here. Call it a machine. It's not really a machine, but you know. Anyway, my tool, my Stamparatus tool here, I have already put my stamp there, and I'm double checking before I ink it just to make sure that I've got my paper in where I need it to be. Now I've got this extra piece here. This is just a big scrap, but it happens to be big enough to have my feet, and then also I'll stamp the witch's hat. Okay, so I'm going to leave those there. I'm using Memento ink, and I'm gonna just ink these up as best I can and then stamp it down. And the wonderful thing about the Stamparatus is that you can see how it's kind of gray. It's not really a very solid black in there. I'm gonna go back in with the black ink, and I'm going to press it down again. Now, the Stamparatus is perfect because it puts the stamp in the exact same spot over and over and over again. So when I lift it back off, you can see it is stamped exactly in the same spot. Now, I can still see some light areas in there, and I really, really want this to be a nice, rich black. So I'm going to ink it up again. Let's see if we can get a really good solid black. There we go. Look at that. Love it. All right, now then I can take these off. I'm going to set this aside for just a bit. I won't need that anymore. And while I have this, I'll grab the black ink and I'm going to stamp the hat. Okay. Now then, I'm going to turn my hat punch over like this, so I kind of have a basic idea of where the punch lines up. I'm going to come in here, right about so. And then I'm going to also kind of do a little bit of a cheat. I'm going to bring my gorgeous grape ink pad and my brush, and I'm going to color this section right here so that I can get my hat brim colored, because as you see here, my hat brim is colored the same way as the polka dots are. All right, so let me bring in my pierce mat and my scrap paper. All right, I've got my blending brush, and if you've never used one of these before, they're absolutely fabulous because these bristles are super tiny and very soft. It gives a really good smooth coloring, much better than the sponge daubers. So I really like it, especially for a bigger area. Okay, with the blending brushes, you want to just very lightly brush the color on in a circular fashion. All right. Just like so. Notice that I'm keeping it off of my hat because I don't want my hat purple. Let's see how that looks. I think that's going to be good. All right, so I'll go ahead and punch this out. Okay. Now I don't need those little stars, so I'm just going to throw them away and get them out of the way. Okay, so now I have my hat and I've got the brim here, okay? I'll set those aside. I'm going to bring in my polka dot piece and I'm going to do the same technique with the blending brush over the whole thing, okay? So I'm just going to start at one end and I'm lightly brushing. There we go. Lightly brushing And then I like to go around the outer edges of the ink pads because typically when you stamp right in the middle. So by going around the outer edges, I'm helping to disperse the ink around as well. All right, and then come around from the edge. And we're just going to keep doing this until we get it the right amount of purple, okay? Remember, you can always add more, but you can't take it off. So I want it to be a little bit darker, so I'm giving it a little more pressure and putting it more in the same area. So you can see this side is darker than this side. And this is what I want. So I'm going to come back over here and just go over that section again. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? Now, of course, this would be really cool if you did saltwater colors, like ocean colors, or fall colors, or rainbow colors. You can do all kinds of real cool stuff when you start adding color to the pattern that's already there. All right, let me set this off to the side. And I need to bring in the boots and the hat and then my markers here, okay? So I want to color my hat. Now, I've already done my witch's hat on the other one. I did it the parakeet party. And this time I'm gonna do this one orange, pumpkin pie. Okay, so there we go. All right. Now then, let's see if I've got enough juice left in this thing to color it in. My tip is a little bit wonky, so let's see if I can keep it in the lines. I probably can't. I'm not really a very good colorer. Here we go. All right. Woo! I just swerved all the way out of the lines there. Okay, well, how would you fix that? Well, I'll tell you. You can go back around and trim just a little bit closer to the lines. Oh my goodness. Leave it to me not to be able to color inside the lines. Now I'm laughing and I can't help it. Oh goodness. All right, we'll leave that for a second. I'm going to clean that up by trimming around it just a little bit more. Okay, let's go ahead and color our boots here. And I'm going to use the fine tip so that way I have a little more control over it and maybe can stay in the lines just a little better. All right, less talking, more coloring. Maybe that'll help me. All right. And one more. There we go. Okay. Now we're not going to put anything in here in the middle because we're actually going to put this piece directly over the top of it, okay? Now then, this right here, these are going to be fussy cut. So you're going to take your snips and just cut around it, and when you're finished, it's going to look like this. So I'm not going to make you watch me fussy cut those, but through the magic and wonder of television, poof, it's already done, especially since now you're going to have to watch me fussy cut around this to fix my mess. So remember, there are no mistakes in paper crafting, only room for embellishment. So don't worry if you go outside the lines. It is a-okay. Perfectly all right. We can fix just about anything. So as I'm thinking about this and trimming it, what we could have done also is to take a black marker and go around the edges and cover that orange up, which we may still want to do by the time this is all said and done. You can use the color lifter, but I will tell you in my own experience, the color lifter does really, really good for getting darker shades, making them lighter. But in my experience, it doesn't truly get rid of color, especially on white cardstock. So just in my own experience, my best bet in this case is to trim this white away. So that's what I'm going to do here. And you can see it's not such a big deal. I mean, it's fine. Okay, here we go. We can always fix it somehow. Okay, now I happen to have my dark basic black Stampin' Blends marker here, so I'm going to show you. I will just take the side of the brush and come along just like this, and all of a sudden my work is fabulous again. There we go. That straightens everything up, smooths every edge, makes it fabulous. Okay. So we can always fix our little indiscretions here. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, now that I've got that done, I'm going to take the little hat brim, go back with the Memento black ink again, and I'm going to put some stars on the brim of my hat. Okay, so I'm just going to do some random stamping. Here we go. Come here, friend. Let's see if I can't get some little star tips in here. There we go. All right, perfect. Now that I have that done, I can also take a little section of space here and the little spider stamp, tap, 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 not smush, 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 and I'm going to come in right here and just stamp him up there, okay? Now, again, I have already pre-fussy cut the spider out so that you can see, but I had just stamped it beside the shoes and then cut around it, so it was perfect, okay? All right, now that I've got all of that stuff, let's set that aside and bring in our base and all of our pieces. We're going to take the now purple polka dot piece and layer it onto the black, okay? Just like so. Now, these colors are a little strange for Halloween, but, you know, I chose the colors because they match the candy, right? I love matching the candy. Okay, now that I have that done, I'm going to come in here with my stapler, and I'm going to staple close to the bottom edge and somewhere near the center, best I can. Okay, so now we have the matchbook effect, right? Okay, now if you want to, you could put the candy in here first and then staple it so that the candy doesn't fall out. But honestly, I think that the candy fits perfectly fine and stays in there well enough at least for you to be able to give it away. And this way, they're not tearing their candy pouch open when they try to get it out of the treat package. So it's entirely up to you. All right, now then, I'm going to layer these layers together. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive across the middle of this piece here. And I'm going to do like this. somewhere in that mess. Okay. How does that look? Do I like it? Relative. Let me bring this up just a little bit more. You got a little bit of wiggle room here, so it works out for us. There we go. There we go. That's good. Beautiful. Okay, now then I want to put this piece on dimensionals, so I'm going to grab some of my dimensionals here. I happen to have the beautiful black ones. I love using my black dimensionals for most of my dark colored cardstocks, and one of the wonderful things about the black dimensionals is that you get the big size and the mini size in the same package, so it works out really well. Now, I believe there are, 300, same as there are in the other dimensionals packs. It's just that you're getting a sheet of each instead of 2 sheets of one size or the other. So you still get the same amount. It's just a nice combination, which I really like. All right, now I'm going to put that in the center, and then I need to assemble my witch's hat and shoes here, okay? So first thing I want to do is take some glue dots to the back side of the brim, because I want it to have just a little bit of separation, but not enough to put dimensionals, okay? So glue dots are perfect for that, because they give you just a teeny tiny bit of lift, but not as much as dimensionals do, okay? So it gives us a nice little bit of separation, but not dimension, okay? Hope that made sense. All right, now then, I need to add a little bit of glue to the tops of the shoes and to the top of our little spider web here. And we're gonna attach these to the back side of the hat. So first things first, there, and there. Okay, now that we've got that done, let me bring this over. I've got a little bit of an extra daub right there, so I'm going to let it sit for just a second longer. And kind of want Witchy's legs right about there. There we go. And then I'll just tap some of that off. There we go. I really don't want to make a mess of it. Okay, there we go. Bring it down just a tiny bit. There. Super cute. All right, now then we need to put this on dimensionals as well. So I'm going to bring in my mini and my big size dimensionals. See, it's fabulous, right? Okay, so I'm going to put a big one there. I'll put a mini one here, and we're actually going to the top of the boots and about the curve in the hat. That will basically give you what will fit across the circles there. You don't need to go over the edges of it. You don't want it to get wonky or sticky or anything like that. Okay, here we go. So cute. Okay, now then, let me turn my little witchy at a bit of an angle here, and then grab a mini dimensional to put behind my spooter. My friend Michaela called them spooters, and I thought it was cute, and I love saying it, so if you're wondering where that came from. All right, there it is. Now then, I'm going to take some of these rhinestone basic jewels, and one of the things that I absolutely love about these is that you can use your Stampin' Blends markers and you can color them, okay? So I colored these with the black, and because it's still got a bit of light through it, it kind of comes across as a really dark blue-ish color. So I'm going to try the orange with this one and see how it looks up against those. So I want to be really careful, because as you can see, the little tip really starts to get disgruntled. So I'm going to very lightly, very carefully kind of circle around the little gemstone here. And I'll do a couple more up here. I want 3 of them. Okay, and then there. And you see how they color beautifully. I mean, we can do any color we want to, which is fantastic. That's the wonderful thing about the Stampin' Blends and some of these embellishments and ribbon is that you can change them to any color just by coloring over them, which is so cool. I love it. All right, let me take one, put it there. Hey, wait a second. There we go. Oh, that's cute. And you're going to get to see how totally different these are just because I used a different color. I love that. It is like the coolest thing that you can change the colors of something and make it look so radically different. All right, let's put this all together here. Put our candies in there. Close it up. And there we go. Ooh, I forgot that part. Yes, I don't want to forget that. These are the 4-pack of glitter washi tapes, and they are so cute. I love them. Now, they do really good about not shedding pretty much. I would beg to consider that they're basically Dana approved glitter. They do shed a teeny tiny bit, like one just flaked off there, but it's mostly where it's separated. So where you've torn or cut it, that's mostly where it happens. So I tend to give it a little bit of grace there and say, okay, well, that's probably more because it's separated from the paper rather than it sheds. Okay, so anyway, take that for what it's worth. I'm just going to run a little bit of this over the top, and basically I'm adding a little bit of bling, plus I'm covering up that staple there. Okay, so there's that side, and there we go. Ooh, there we are. Okay, now let's tuck this back in here and we are good. Super cute. I love it. Ah, come here, foot. There we go. All right, now we have it. Okay, friends, there you go. Day 6 of the 13 days of Halloween treats. I absolutely love it. Which of these two is your favorite? Do you like the green one? Do you like the orange one? Give this video a thumbs up if you like this project, and show me some love. Hey, Ma, how's it going? My mom's on here. All right. Let me see the thumbs up. Give me some love. Make sure that you share this video with your friends, because sharing is caring and crafting with friends is always more fun, and will give you the ability to make your friends happy, and it will share the love of my videos as well. Now, one thing before I go on to show you a recap of the week, here is today's project, and this is a happy birthday one using the same measurements and everything else, but with a happy birthday theme. So for all of these treat packages that I'm doing throughout these 13 days, if you're not into Halloween or you don't need Halloween treats, that's fine. These projects can totally be changed to be for any theme you want. So this is a super cute little birthday one. It's bright and fun and cheerful, and it has little Sour Patch Kids in it. I think it's great. You could also do Christmas. You could do for stocking stuffers. You could do Thanksgiving favors. You could do Valentine's, whatever. You could do them for whatever. Oh, you like the orange one? Yeah, I do too. I think I really like the orange one. I thought I would like the green because it kind of glowed, and maybe I would like it better if I didn't do the black spider web. I don't know, but I do like the way that the orange glows off of the purple. I think that's really nice. So, all right, this is day 6. And for a recap, this is day 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're running out of room, and 1. Let's just do that. All right, there we have it, friends. Now, this little cracker treat box, super fun. I just had a treat class today, and that's how I had this one to share with you. And then I gave all of my attendees this little gift, which I thought was super fun. It's another take off of this one. This is the standard size for the cracker though, so I haven't expanded it like I did this one. And you can see I've used the haunted house the same there, and the label piece, and this time I used a little spider instead of a bat, and I didn't use the label, so super cute. Anyway, I'm really having a good time with these. I hope you guys are too. Make sure you head over to thestampinchick.com for today's blog post so that you can see the supply list as well as the measurements for everything that you need to create the tree holder here. And be sure to follow the blog hop around to find all of the fabulous projects that everybody has in store for you related to their favorite punch. Okay. All right, folks, if you'd like to purchase any of the supplies I've used, you can check out danasullivan.stampinup.net. If you use my host code here, I'm going to send you a free project tutorial bundle, and you're going to love it. I know you will. So I have several of them for you to choose from, and they're great. So anyway, thank you so much for being with me this evening. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Until next time, my friends, meaning tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll talk to you all later. Have a wonderful night. Bye for now.